now tuned into The Truth with G. Inspire, educate, and uplift. If you can't handle the truth, this ain't the show for you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So sit back, relax, and buckle up and enjoy this ride.
The Truth with G. The Truth with G. The Truth with G. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. You listen to The Truth with G on WPMM Internet Radio. I am your boy, Gerald Graham, also known as G. Once again, we are back to discuss, talk about the issues going on with you and your community. Hope all is doing well. It is Monday. We are coming off the holiday weekend, Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I hope you guys had a great holiday, great Thanksgiving, full of fun, food, family. You know, those are the 3 F's of Thanksgiving, and that's what it's all about. It's families getting together and doing their thing. So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, a great holiday, great weekend, and I hope you're having a great start to your week. Once again, welcome back to the show. We have been on vacation, so we are back. We're back. A much needed vacation. I still didn't get all the rest and everything that I needed to do. It seemed like I worked more on the holiday than what I did while I was working, if you will. But you know, it comes another time. I'm gonna schedule some more time off here soon, so I can try to actually get some rest and relaxation. But we are WPMM Internet Radio. You can listen to the show on the website, WPMMradio.com. You can go to the website as well. Download the app. We have a free app that you can listen to the show on. You can go to Google Play Store and the Apple Store as well to download that app. We are on Facebook Live, my Facebook page. We are on, have a YouTube channel. You can go to WPMM YouTube channel and check out the show. Also, we're just about on every streaming platform, if you will. Just search WPMM on that platform and you should find us. If you have someone who may not know how to navigate the web or the apps, just text them. Just text it to them, WPMMradio.com. WPMMradio.com. Just text that to them. All they have to do is click on it, hit play, and they can enjoy the show as well. If you're on Facebook, let's go ahead and share. I see Ms. Deborah Rivers has joined us on Facebook tonight. Appreciate you. That's my ride or die. She is with me just about every single night that I'm on, and I really do appreciate that. Have a few ride or dies with me. Have a lot of ride or dies that are undercover listeners, if you will. Have a lot of people that listen to the show that may not be on Facebook, maybe on the web page or on the app, but I appreciate you guys listening to the show. Mr. Jay Dizzle, the wheels behind WPMM, he is on as well. Hope you had a good holiday, Mr. JD. I hadn't. I intended. Well, I'm in studio number 2. I'm in studio number 2 tonight. I meant to go by the studio earlier. And just, you know, I got so much to do. I ran out of time. He done rearranged the studio. I was trying to get in there to see it, but should be in studio number 1 in the main studio Thursday night. It should be in the studio Thursday night. But right now, today, we're in studio number 2. Not taking calls tonight, but we are taking your comments on the Facebook page. You can enter any comments on the Facebook page, and we will discuss whatever you want to talk about tonight. We're just going to get caught up because I've been kind of out of the loop, and I'm gonna tell you, over the time I've been off, I'll be honest with you guys. I have purposely tried to stay out the news because I tend not to be able to relax when I'm watching the news or listening to the news and seeing all the things that are going on. So I purposely tried to literally unplug when it came to the news over the past few days. And I know I'm behind, but we need to talk about what's going on. And you guys may be able to enlighten me and educate me on some things that I may not be up on right about now, but we still have to have this conversation. A few things that happened over the past week. We'll talk about those here in a minute. Let's go ahead and take care of the particulars so we can jump on into the show. Again, if you're on Facebook, let's go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. The views and opinions expressed by individual radio hosts and guests are of their own and does not ever reflect the official policy or position of WPMM Radio. WPMM does not intend to align with any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. In other words, can't sue WPMM for what I say, and you can't sue me for what I say because I'm only going to tell the truth about it. And if you try to sue me, I still have that same 17 cents in the jelly jar that's sitting by the bed. You can have it, and I'll throw in the jar with it. But anyway, once again, we are back from vacation. If you're just joining us, go ahead and share on Facebook. We're on WPMMradio.com as well. The app is a free app from the Google Play Store, from the Apple Store, and from the WPMM webpage, Facebook Live, YouTube channel, just about every streaming platform we are on. So you have no excuse not to listen. Let's start with let's talk about in Pensacola. Literally history was made in Pensacola here over the last few days. I'm trying to think of where we're at. I'm losing track of days. I think it took place last Tuesday. Yes, it was last Tuesday. In our city council and in our county commission, history was made because this has never happened in the Escambia County, in the history of Escambia County. We had, first of all, in the county commission, we have Commissioner Lumen May, who was that is now chair of the Escambia County Board of Commissioners. He is the chairman. And over in our city council, we have Mr. Delarian Wiggins, Councilman Delarian Wiggins, who is now the president of the city council. So we have again, this is unprecedented. It's never happened. We have a black man as the president of the city council, and we have a black man who is the chairman of the Board of County Commissioners. So, I think Lumen held the chair once before. I can't say that for definite, but I think he was held the chair before a few years back. But he has it again. And like I say, this is history for Escambia County and for Pensacola because we've never had black men over our city council or chairing our county commission at the same time. I think this is the first time for city council for a black man to be elected as president of the city council. So Miss Dorothy Savory has joined us on Facebook. Good evening, Miss Savory. Good evening. Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Hope Mr. Oscar and you guys are doing great. Had a great holiday. Let's talk about the holiday real quick. I just wanted to put that information out about the Escambia County Board of Commissioners and the City Council. Wanted to put that information out. But just real quick over the holidays, I was kind of torn, if you will, on what to do over the holidays because for you guys that don't know, the holidays, obviously you knew Thanksgiving was on Thursday, and then on that Friday was my wedding anniversary, where we celebrated 22 years of being married. So it's kind of hard to plan things around the holiday because our anniversary usually falls somewhere close to Thanksgiving, just depending on, the calendar year, if you will. So, I had family that had invited me to go up to, I forget the city in Georgia, to hang out with them. I had my wife family up in Georgia, had a thing up there. We were invited to go up there. Again, we had the anniversary on Friday, but our son came home from college last week, and he was here for Thanksgiving. So ultimately, we decided that we were going to stay home and do Thanksgiving with our family, and that's what we did. We did Thanksgiving with our family. Not that we shunned anybody else or any other family members or anything of that nature, but we just decided to stay near home. And me and my wife, we decided to not travel for our anniversary or whatever and stay home because her son was home from school, this, that, and other. So, but I hope you guys had a great holiday, a great Thanksgiving. Today is Monday. So I put a post out there the other day. If you still eating those leftovers from Thanksgiving, you might be in the emergency room before the night over with because I'm sure anybody that eat leftovers, they come in and out of the refrigerator every day, all day for 3 or 4 days. So and for people who never been in food service, we all know, or the people that's in food service know that food can only withstand certain temperatures for so long before they start to grow again. And a lot of people don't understand that. They take the food out and sit it on the stove and sit there from 11 o'clock in the afternoon to 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then they put it back in the refrigerator. And all that's doing is causing bacteria to grow. And that's how you get food poisoning. That's how you end up in the emergency room. So, um, but I hope you're finished with those leftovers. Only leftovers I have are I still have turkey. And the reason I still have turkey because I took the leftover turkey and I made a turkey stew. So I still have turkey stew. So, but that's the only leftovers that I currently have um, as far as Thanksgiving go. Didn't do a whole lot for Thanksgiving as far as food wise because a can of cranberry sauce is about $26 now. So you have to cut back on your prep, if you will. But again, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. If you have anything you want to say about your Thanksgiving holiday, you can put it in the comments and I will read it on the air. I will read it on the air about your holiday, whether it was good, bad, and different. If you didn't had family in, whatever the case may be, go ahead, throw it in the comments. Let me know. We'll read it on the air tonight. Let's see what has been going on. There's a lot been going on in the last couple this last week, if you will, since I've been out on vacation. Um, I'm gonna start with this story kept popping up while I was out. The story about Shanquella Robinson. This is the young lady that died or was killed over in Mexico, and there was finally an arrest warrant issued out of Mexico, and the situation with that. With the crime taking place in Mexico, Mexico has jurisdiction uh, over that particular crime. So Mexico has to basically initiate everything. If Mexico decide that they want to seek, uh, which they did issue arrest warrant for, looks like a female, they have to issue the warrant and then have to communicate with the United States for the United States to locate and arrest these people and then extradite them back to Mexico. So they will face criminal charges in Mexico. And I don't know anything about Mexican law, how due process take place over there, but that's how that would handle that's how they would handle that situation. But that situation, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was a group of so-called friends that took a trip over to Mexico, and shortly after, they wasn't even there a whole day, I believe it was, and this young lady was beaten. There was a video out there of this young lady being beaten as well, and my understanding, she died within hours after arriving at the hospital. And I was trying to actually get the story up to read, but it's not loading fast enough. Technology, I tell you. Technology. But I'm trying to actually get that particular story up. If you guys just bear with me, a couple moments here. Actually, I pull up the wrong story. But that's a tragic situation. And with that being said, I mean, she went over there with so-called friends. These were so-called friends of hers, and for her to end up dead at the hands of her own friends. And then I don't know. Let me talk about this asshole who sat there and videotaped this. Um, in the video that I saw, there's supposed to be more video that I haven't seen. Again, I've been kind of unplugged over the past week, but in this video, there's this guy that's sitting there videotaping this woman beating Shanquella Robinson, and he just sitting there videotaping, and he asking her, "Are you going to fight back?" While this woman is beating the hell out of this woman. As if anything, he should have got his ass up and either broke it up or did something instead of sitting there videotaping. And that's I ain't gonna get on that. I'm not gonna get on that soapbox tonight, but we need to put down these video cameras sometime and help people. You know, every time something happens, we want to pull out our video cameras and video it and just let whatever happens happen. But we need to stop that and we need to start helping people. Because in that case, all he has to do is get his ass up and break up this fight, and this young lady would probably be alive today. But he sat there and decided that he wanted to videotape this beating. But if you're just joining us, we are talking about the Shanquella Robinson case, the young lady that was killed in Mexico. And I'm going to read the story. This is according to BuzzFeed in regards to this story. If you have comments on it, drop it in the comment section. Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old hair braider from North Carolina, who was found dead in her hotel room while on vacation with friends in San del Cabo, was a victim of direct aggression by a female friend of hers, according to Mexican authorities. On Thursday, Attorney General for Mexico, Baja California's Sir Daniel de la Rosa said that an arrest warrant was issued and the extradition process was underway for the suspect in the death. The death did not result from a quarrel, he said, but instead a direct aggression. The suspect has not yet been named. Robinson was found dead in a hotel room on October 29th while on vacation with six friends in San Jose del Cabo. Initially, Robinson's friend told her mother that her daughter had died of alcohol poisoning. And they knew that one woman was beat to death, but they lied. What's up, brother Mike? Mother, good to see y'all. And I hope you recuperating. Hope you stand off of that foot, Mr. Riley. Hope you stand off that foot and taking care of yourself over there. But good to see you on tonight, brother. But right now we're talking about the situation with Shanquella Robinson. Reading the story from BuzzFeed as they reported on this. It said, then last week, a video surfaced that appeared to show Robinson being beaten in a hotel room. In the clip, Robinson is knocked to the ground and the woman repeatedly hits her in the head. The person filming can be heard saying, "Can you at least fight back?" The FBI in Charlotte confirmed BuzzFeed last week that they have been in contact with Robinson family and are aware of the video circulating online. When the death certificate was released, it showed Robinson's death was caused by a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, a form of severe neck injuries. In other words, her neck was broken. And she had spinal injury as well. On Tuesday night, ABC News reported that Robinson may have received care from medical professionals several hours before authorities arrived and found her dead. The medical professionals reportedly told Robinson's friends that she was drunk and they should take her to the hospital, but they allegedly declined to do so. In response to the news that an arrest warrant was issued, Robinson's mother told ABC News on Wednesday, "I feel good. That's a good feeling. That's what we have been waiting for someone to finally be held accountable for the arrest. I can't wait for justice to be served." BuzzFeed News reached out for the FBI, U.S. State Department, and Mexican authorities for the comments. So that was the situation. As it's being reported by BuzzFeed News on that situation. But it's such a tragic situation for this young lady to leave the United States with a group of people that's supposed to be her friends. And after she was killed, they left. And then they fabricated a story to tell her family and told her that, that she was intoxicated, that she was, had issues from alcohol or whatever. And they knew that this young lady had been beaten to death and her neck was broke. Um, but that's a tragic situation. It's just another prime example of you need to watch who you're around. You can't trust everybody. Everybody's not your friend. And when somebody show you who they are, believe them. That's all I can tell you, because I'm sure this ain't the first time that she may have had issues with some of those or that particular person. Uh, but you know, got to watch who you're around. Let's see, Mr. Walter Davis is joining us on there. All righty then. All righty then. I don't know who this is that's joining us on Facebook, but I don't think I need you on there tonight, whoever that may be. But what the hell? Let's see if we can. But anyway, if y'all wondering what I'm talking about, somebody jumped on the Facebook feed, and it's I'm not sure what that is, but okay. But that's the story with Miss Shanquilla Robinson. I think that's how you say her name. But it's just such a tragic story for this young lady to be killed in that fashion. Um, Mr. Mike said, couldn't be mine. Extradition would not be needed. You and we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat, brother. Mr. Walter Davis said they all should be charged with something. And you're exactly right, because all of them fled. All of them left Mexico and left her body there um, after she was killed. And all of them knew what the situation was. So, uh, some accessory after the fact, or covering up evidence, some type of charge need to come out of all those involved, um, just for the fact that they knew and did not try to do anything, or didn't or tried to cover it up, if you will. So, but that is going on. That took place. We had a couple situations. Let's come over to the local side of things. Let's come over to the local side of things. We have still been experiencing a rash of violent acts here in Pensacola, and it just don't seem to want to quit. It is continuing. The cases are mounting. It's not that everybody is dying in these shooting cases, and I'm just curious as to how many of shooting cases are not being reported on the news. Because believe me, I guarantee you, and I know this for a fact, that every shots fired call is not being reported on the news. Um, when I say shots fired, that means somebody is shooting, or has a gun, or whatever the case may be, and has shot that weapon, but usually because nobody may not have gotten hit, or there wasn't a victim. Those are the ones that don't make the news. And I can guarantee you, I know firsthand, just by talking to our sheriff here, I know firsthand that there are a lot of those cases that are not on the news, but they are responding to shots fired, um, without a victim. So, in other words, with every shots fired call, mean that whoever was shooting just did not have a good aim, and they did not hit the target that they were shooting at. But it's still an act of violence. And if we added all those into the mix, um, just imagine, the numbers that we would have. Last count, I think we were, I, I want to say we're approaching, if not already hit 30 murders in Pensacola this year. 30. We're at or close to 30 homicides in Pensacola this year, and it just won't stop. A couple of and like I say, I hadn't been up on everything since I've been while I was on vacation, but I was trying to get caught up. Ms. Mary Carson has joined us as well. If you're just joining us, it is Madness. Monday Madness here on the Truth with G on WPMM Internet Radio. We're talking multiple topics tonight. Right now, we're talking about the violence going on here in Pensacola, Florida, and the number of shots fired cases here that has taken place. We had a situation over in town at Town and Country Plaza, uh, and this was on Sunday. This was on yesterday. Uh, and I'm reading from WAR the story. They don't have a lot of information, but it reads as follows: Shots fired. A shots fired incident at Town and Country Plaza Sunday morning led to a two-vehicle crash at North Pace Boulevard. Deputies were called for shots fired after 2 a.m. Town and Country Plaza. That's the 3300 block of North Pace Boulevard. According to Escambia County Sheriff deputies, a group of people uh, tried to drive a cutting victim to the hospital, but crashed when their vehicle ran a light intersection um, and hit another vehicle. The sheriff's office says that the EMS took the victim to the hospital. The sheriff's office says there are no known suspect at this time. In an update Monday, Sheriff Chip Simmons said no one was shot in the incident. Witnesses told WER a fight broke out before the gunshots were fired. So we got people that's starting out fighting, but end up shooting people, shooting at people, and one of the victims of the fight was being taken to a hospital, and when that vehicle crashed. So that's just another incident here that has taken place in our city. Let's go to and if it's not a shooting that's going down, is a hit and run. Uh, we have had so many hit and runs in Pensacola lately. It's become a trend. It actually has become a trend. It's like every other week, a hit and run victim has been reported. Uh, in this case, this was also reported on Sunday as well. The Pensacola Police Department is searching for the driver of a pickup truck involved in a pedestrian hit and run on Sunday afternoon. According to officials, the victim was riding a bike downtown on West Gregory Street and Bailing when the full-size truck hit them and drove off. Police said the incident was approximately 2:17 p.m. This is broad daylight in the afternoon. When the investigator, EMS right on scene, transferred the victim to the hospital where they were facing serious but non-life-threatening injuries. And this is a too far common occurrence here in Pensacola, these hit and runs. And I don't know why people are running. And the only thing that I can guess on why they are doing these hit and runs is that um, one, either they don't have insurance on the vehicle. Two, they don't have a driver's license. Three, they're probably already on some type of papers, probation or something. Uh, those are the only reasons that I can come up with, or they have warrants. Well, if they're on warrant, they have warrants. That means they're on papers of some sort. But those are the only reason I can see why these people are hitting and running away. I'm not understanding why that happens, but it's a common occurrence here in Pensacola. Um, and then we had our third that, to my knowledge, third murder suicide here in Pensacola this year. Is that thing we had two earlier in the year. And now we had another one. See if I can pull that information up real quick. But murder suicides. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you got to hurt your person you're in a relationship with, or if you feel like you're gonna hurt yourself, it's probably not a good relationship to be in, because these are toxic situations, and you got to learn how to get yourself out of these toxic situations. Um, let's see. The report says Scammy County, Florida, 18-year-old. Let's see. Let's try this again. Okay, 18-year-old woman was killed in Friday night's murder suicide in Scammy County, according to Sheriff Chip Simmons. Incident happened around 11:30 p.m. on the 1000 block of Fremont Avenue in Montclair. The man fatally shot a woman before turning the gun on himself. Sheriff Simmons told WAR Monday that the woman was 18-year-old, while the man was 26-year-old. The names have not been released. Sheriff Simmons says the deputies were initially called out to a disturbance that quickly escalated and shots fired upon arrival. Investigators saw the gunman in the driveway and the woman laying on the ground. According to Sheriff Simmons, the man told deputies not to come near him. Then, in less than a minute, he put the gun to his own head and shot himself. The sheriff's office says that people were both inside and outside of the house at the time. Investigators initially said the man and woman were arguing. Sheriff Simmons says he couldn't say what the two were fighting about. Overall, Sheriff Simmons says they typically see more domestic-related calls this time of year. This is the second domestic-related murder suicide in Scammy County this year. In May, a man shot a woman before killing himself inside a place apartment. In both cases, Simmons says they continue their investigation alongside medical examiner's office to know for sure what happened. So apparently, we have two in the county and one in the city in regards to these murder suicides this year. And that's a tragic situation because we have two families that are grieving the loss of their loved one. It appears that the male suspect, victim, if you will, is the one that initiated and committed the murder. And then after being confronted by police, decided to end his own life. Tragically, that young lady, an 18-year-old young lady, 18, she could still be in high school. She may still even be in high school. And this 26-year-old, the age don't sound like a big difference, but it's a big difference. But we have two families that's grieving the loss of their loved one. And it's unnecessary. Like I said, if you're in a relationship and you feel like that you need to hurt someone or someone's going to hurt you, you need to make arrangements to get out of that relationship. So it's just a tragic situation all the way around. No names have been released in that situation, so I don't know what the I can't say I know these people or know of these people or anything of that nature, because again, that information has not been released. So, but to the families of that young lady, my condolences to you, to the family of that young man who committed this atrocity and then took his own life. My condolences to you as well, because both sets of families are suffering because of this situation. But the news continues. Let's see what else we had happen in Pensacola. But going up to Virginia real quick, we're going coming out of the local scene for a moment. Going up to Virginia, I'm trying to get more information on this story, but apparently a former police officer in Virginia catfished a young teenager. If you don't know what catfish mean, he played like he was somebody else, and he catfished this young teenager, and then end up killing this teenager's family. He killed both. He both killed the grandparents and the mother of the teen, and and then that suspect was killed by police as he tried to flee. And apparently, they say he pointed his gun at a police helicopter that was following him, and once he pointed the gun at the helicopter, they shot him. Another tragic situation. Um, and about a week or so ago, I think right before thing, I don't remember if it was before Thanksgiving or not, but we had a situation also that was in Virginia at a Walmart where 5 people were killed at a Walmart, and they were mainly employees of Walmart, where the manager apparently snapped and just started killing people. There was 5 that was killed. There were many that were wounded in this situation. And once again, a situation that did not have to happen for these people to have died. I think the youngest one that died was 16 years old. Uh, so that was definitely a tragic situation. Um, and let's go to this story here. This is about a case that most people have forgotten about. Um, and this was back in it's about almost 2 years ago, I believe. But there was a case where a delivery driver was basically chased down. I think he worked at UPS, and he was chased down by a father-son duo. This is similar to the Ahmaud Arbery case, but he was chased down. He was shot at several times. He wasn't hit, but he was shot at, and this took place a while back. However, we are just getting an arrest in this situation. And let me try to read a little bit of the story. Hopefully, it's not too long. This is it reads as follows: The white father and son who reportedly chased and shot at a black delivery driver has been indicted. A Mississippi grand jury indicted the racist pair on charges of attempted murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and shooting into a motor vehicle. On January 24th, Gregory Chase and his son Brandon allegedly pursued FedEx driver DeMontario Gibson after he dropped off a package in Brookhaven, Mississippi. It's located an hour outside state capital. According to Gibson, he believed he was targeted for being black by people who thought he didn't belong in their neighborhood. And it was in Brookhaven, it's a pretty diverse city, which is approximately 59% of its residents being black. So there's a lot of black people there, but it don't matter how many black people you have in the city. You can see how racist white people. Wearing a FedEx uniform, Gibson said he was working from a Hertz rental van when that the package delivery to Giant rented, not an unusual circumstance. Let's see. As he was leaving, he said, a man in a white pickup began following him closely while honking his horn. Gibson said he drove past a couple of houses and encountered a man standing in the middle of the road with a gun pointed at him. The man was mouthing the word "stop" to Gibson. But yeah, these two are finally been indicted and finally been charged. What took so long, I have no idea, because this arrest should have been made the day of, and here we are months down the road, and they are just now issuing an indictment and an arrest warrant for these 2 individuals which this is clearly a hate crime because he was targeted because he was black and he was just there doing his job as a FedEx delivery driver. And that just again shows the state of where we are in this world with racism. Um, let's go back to local because I forgot one situation that took place recently where there was a drive-by shooting at the Morris apartment in Scanlon County. The Morris is somewhere off of Ninth Avenue in Pensacola, Florida. But there was a drive-by shooting there. One victim was hit, and several cars were hit. It says deputies investigating the shooting Friday evening. This happened Friday night. It happened around 5:40 p.m. at the Morris Apartments and Old Spanish Trail Road. According to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, one person was shot while four cars were hit in the gunfire. Deputies were called to the scene for a drive-by shooting. And no words on the victim condition at this time. The sheriff's office says there's no current known suspects, and the investigation is ongoing. And if you listen to these stories and read these stories, you are hearing that no known suspects, suspect, no one in custody, no. And anytime that you hear that, all that means is that we have a dangerous person that is still roaming the streets of Pensacola. Someone who has actually tried to shoot and kill someone, and a lot of times there's somebody who has killed someone and still roaming the streets of Pensacola. So if you see something, you have to say something. People see something, say something. That's we I know a lot of you live by this no snitching law, unwritten rule of no snitching or whatever the case may be, but I don't think it's snitching if you're trying to protect your family, you and your family and the people around you. I don't see that as snitching. I see that as being a good citizen because the people that are terrorizing us, they do need to. We have a system of due process in the United States of America, and you know let the law handle the situation. Even though I know that I'm not even going to get into that. So if you see something, say something. Let's see what else is happening. What else is happening here? In Georgia, if you're just joining us on WPMM Radio, it is Monday Madness. We're talking multiple topics. If you're listening on Facebook, you can share it on Facebook. You can also drop your comments on in the comment section on Facebook if you want to talk about a particular specific subject that I may not uh, go go over today. Just drop it in the comments, and we'll definitely reach comment and talk about your issues as well. Let's see. In Georgia, early voting started on Saturday in certain counties. It wasn't statewide on Saturday. They had to fight. Actually had to go through court procedures to get the right for people to vote on that Saturday, and it was granted in certain counties, but it wasn't statewide. However, in Georgia on Saturday, there was over 70,000 people that showed up on Saturday to vote. This is in the runoff election with the current Senator Warnock against the dumbass idiot Herschel Walker. 70,000 votes was cast on that Saturday. Uh, Another 87,000 votes was cast on that Sunday, and they're recording that 239,000 votes has been submitted today. So if I can do the math, that's almost 4,000 votes has been cast in Georgia. 350,000 to 400,000 votes has been cast in Georgia already in that runoff election. People of Georgia, I've told y'all this before, and it must didn't resonate when I was talking about it because in the midterms, Herschel Walker got like 1.9 million votes. 1.9 million votes that Herschel Walker got, the dumbest candidate in the history of United States politics, got 1.9 million votes. I mean that in the state of Georgia, there are 1.9 million dumbass people in the state of Georgia that care more about, and I'm gonna say it, white people being in power than they care about having someone who is competent to represent them in their state. Because I don't care who you are, you can't convince me that Herschel Walker is a qualified candidate for a state senator. I I personally don't think that Herschel Walker um, has a high enough IQ to do anything pertaining to government. I I don't think this guy had the IQ to be a greeter at Walmart because I don't believe that he can even wrap his mind around just saying hi, welcome to Walmart as people come in. I think he's just stupid. And I hate saying that about my black brothers and sisters, but this man is stupid. Regardless of what color he is, stupid. He has no business in our government, no business in a position of voting for or initiating certain laws and this, that, and the other. He's not qualified, period. I don't care what color he is. But we have 1.9 million dumbass people in Georgia that voted for him in the primary. That's why we're facing this runoff now. So I hope my Georgia people do the right thing and vote this foolishness out. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene that's been voted in Georgia. She's probably the dumbest female and the most hypocritical and corrupt and racist females to hold office there in Georgia. You already got her, but you want to put Herschel Walker on top of that? If y'all do that, everybody who votes for Herschel Walker, you're an idiot, and you really uh, need to be put on a planet or island all by yourself because you are deplorable and have no place in modern day society because you're an idiot. You're stupid. So, anybody out there who voted for Herschel Walker, if you live in Georgia and you voted for Herschel Walker, hit me up. Let me know. Let me know who you are because I want to know. I want to. I want to look you in the face and call you an asshole for voting for Herschel Walker. I really want to meet you personally. So if you voted for Herschel Walker, let me know. Hit me up. Email me the truthforg@yahoo.com. Hit me on Facebook. Hit me on um, Messenger, whatever. I want to know who you are so I can shout you out because I'm gonna call you an idiot to your face. So let's see what else going on. What else is going on in the world? Um, as you all know, Trump announced that he is running again for president, and that took place, I guess, shortly before I went on vacation. I think I reported it at some point. But he's running again. And obviously, we know the only reason he's running is to avoid prosecution or try to avoid prosecution. There are 30 plus active investigations going on simultaneously as we speak. Why he's able to announce running for president, that I don't know. Really need to look into the rules and the protocols of running for elected office. I personally think that if you are under investigation for a crime, I don't think you should be eligible to run for office until you get that cleared up. If you get it cleared up and you're found not guilty or whatever the case may be, then you should be eligible. But if you found guilty, then you shouldn't be eligible. But if you've been accused of it and there's investigations going on and litigation going on in regards to a case that you're involved in, you should not be allowed to run for public office, let alone allowed to run for president of the United States. Um, but apparently, in the past week, he has had 5 judicial losses. Uh, in other words, 5 cases that has been ruled against him in his efforts to suppress his taxes and to stop investigations in regards to the classified documents that were stolen from Mar-a-Lago, and also the investigation into voter fraud in the state of Georgia. Um, but he took 5 losses. His lawyers cannot make an argument as to why these proceedings are trying to be delayed or why they're trying to be thrown out. This, that, and another. The courts are not buying it, and what he was banking on was that he put all these Republican judges, um, circuit judges, uh, federal judges, things of that nature. He made all these appointments thinking that they were going to rule in his favor. And we have some people that have some moral values and have some ethics about themselves to where they're not going to play by his rules, and they're going to go by the laws that have been in place, and they're doing what they swore an oath to do, is to uphold our constitution and to abide by the rules of law. So I don't know what kind of country we live in that will allow someone like Trump to run for president, but we are here. But if you vote for Trump, you're an asshole as well. I'm going to add you to the list of assholes that voted for an asshole. Mr. Somerville, what's going on, buddy? How you doing tonight? He put a comment in. He said, uh, it's sad people voted for him when everyone knows he's not qualified to pour piss out of a boot with instructions written on the heel. Oh, that's deep right there. That's deep. Um, and he's making reference to Herschel Walker. We were talking about Herschel Walker just a few minutes ago. And no, Herschel Walker is not qualified to do anything. He's not qualified to lead anybody. He's not qualified to lead a Boy Scout troop. Um, hell, he's not. Uh, he qualified to lead a game of red light, green light. He'll get that confused. But anyway, I went way back when I said red light, green light, didn't. But but that's where we at. People of Georgia, you guys need to stand up and do the right thing. You have Marjorie Taylor Greene. Please don't add Herschel Walker to your list of legislatures there in the state of Georgia. I kind of like going to Georgia every now and then, going to the city of Atlanta and the surrounding areas. And if you all have Marjorie Taylor Greene and Herschel Walker, I might have to boycott Georgia altogether and ask my people to boycott Georgia. So that's that. Moving on, if you're just joining us on the Truth with G, we're in Monday Madness. We're going over several topics that is going on in our news today. Let's see what else we have here. One story that before I get off Trump real quick. People seem to be surprised. Apparently the news over the weekend was that Trump hosted this gentleman, this individual who is a white supremacist, and he also is a Holocaust denier. Anytime that you deny that the Holocaust did not take place, you're perceived as anti-Semitic, this, that, and the other. So he also thinks that the Holocaust did not take place. He's a white supremacist. Trump hosted him at a gathering at Mar-a-Lago, which is his Florida golf club where he lives, where Trump lives. He hosted the individual, and guess what he did? He pulled a Trump when he was asked about why this young man was there at Mar-a-Lago. Anytime Trump does something that he knows is stupid, and then he'll use the excuse of I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who the word. Just like he said, "Oh, I don't know who David Duke is." When he was running for office, David Duke was endorsing him. David Duke was the head of the Klan, the Ku Klux Klan. He was, and Trump was, I don't know who he is. He's done that several times where he is disassociated with people after the fact and claim he don't even know who they are. But yeah, he hosted this gentleman at a gathering there at Mar-a-Lago, known white supremacist. Um, but we still going to have people that's going to vote for Donald Trump. And if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a real idiot. You're an asshole. Let's see what else. The rail strike, rail strike. This is a big one. The railroad is the rail workers are in jeopardy of going on strike. This would be a catastrophe when it comes to um, when it comes to pricing, when it comes to the inflation, because if the railroads workers go on strike, one, it's going to create a supply shortage. So rail, there's a lot of product that is moved by railroad, more than what most people imagine. Most people think that these truckers take most of the product where it need to go. But these truck drivers aren't doing nowhere near what the railroad is doing in shipping these products. I can promise you they're not. So if the railroad shut down and they're not moving product, it's going to create a product shortage. It's going to cause a increase in pricing because of supply and demand. If you don't have the supply, you raise the price, um, and it's going to be terrible. And I don't know what the terms of this particular strike or what they're asking. Obviously they're asking for more money. That's a given. They're asking for more money. Um, but they're asking for other things, as far as benefits and this, that, and other. But I can't detail them to you at this point. But here's my thing. I know people want what they think that they are worth. I understand that. If I was a real worker and regardless of what I was making, I think I would say I need to be paid more as well. I would probably say yes, I need more of these benefits as well. But in today's society, when I think I would have to look at it from a not from my own personal vantage point. I would probably have to look at it from just a human standpoint. And the human aspect of this thing is that people are already struggling. People are already struggling. The prices are high. Uh, I went to find me a 12 pack of Diet Cokes the other day, and I found pricing as high as $8.36 for a 12 pack of Diet Cokes. $8.36, where uh 8 months ago, um, we'll say Thanksgiving last year, you could literally go and get a 12 pack of Cokes and find them easily for $3.50 for a 12 pack. And we're at $8.36. That's the highest price. The lowest price I found was you buy two for $13. That means $6.50 per 12 pack. That was the cheapest that I found. Um, but if these rail workers go on strike, I can promise you that everything, all the prices going to go up because the supply is going to go down. The demand is going to go up, and it's going to cause a bad situation. With the rail workers, with the economy the way it is right now, with the inflation the way it is right now, I understand that you want more money, but at the same time, and it's just my personal opinion. It's just my personal opinion that um, these rail workers are making more than the average. Joe Blow on the street. So that they're making a decent wage. They're far making a livable wage. But you know, you want what you're worth, and I understand that. But at the same time, is it worth being at the cost of the damage that it's going to do to everyday citizens, to your elderly people who are on a fixed income already and already can't afford the necessities to get them from uh, one social security check to the next. Is it worth a strike? I mean, I know you have to answer that question within yourself, but if I was a real worker, I would really think that I would try to do something different, if you will, to get what I want versus going on strike and causing more heartaches on people who already can't afford day to day life. So, but that's that. That's that. But people, it is 7 o'clock already. 7:01. Actually, I have actually went over my time tonight. The time has flown. First show I have done since week before last, before I went on vacation. And once again, we're back from vacation. It's good to be back. I want to thank all you for joining me today. I appreciate my listening audience. I appreciate you guys sticking with me and riding with me. I really do appreciate it. I will be back on Thursday night. Be back on Thursday night. I should be in studio on Thursday night in the main studio Thursday night. If I'm in the studio, we're gonna take your calls. We'll take your calls on whatever the subject may be. Matter of fact, I think I may have somebody. Oh my God. I was supposed to have a guest on Thursday. I got to get that lined up. But anyway, I will keep you guys posted. Once again, thank you for joining me right here on WPMM Internet Radio on The Truth with G. Um, hope you have a good week. Hope you have a good week, a good productive week, happy week. And I will see you again on Thursday night. Until then, you guys be safe, be blessed. And I am out of here.